The year is 2012. Reddit finance communities like r boggleheads and r investing are overflowing with beta advice, like max out your Roth IRA, time in the market beats timing the market, don't take out a loan on your house and children and throw it into one stock. But Jaime Rogozinski could see right through all these lies, and one evening, he had enough of it. He snapped. He went completely off-road Jeep Wrangler on their ass. With just a push of a few buttons, he managed to create one of the most iconic finance communities on this orange platform. This is the history of WallStreetBets. Before its modern anti-hedge and anti-market mentality, WallStreetBets was just a beautiful open field where anyone can be anything they ever wanted to be. But more importantly, there was no accountability, no consequences, and absolutely no index funds. Dude, get out of here. Get. NASDAQ? More like, nah, dog. Dow Jones? More like, don't, Holmes. S&P 500? More like, In its early days, the majority of the forum was failed option trades where people lost a lot of money. Since options are essentially bets against companies, they were perfect for the high-risk, high-reward ideology that the community was founded on. Going all in on one stock and winning didn't make you a genius, it made you lucky. Going all in on one stock and losing didn't make you an idiot, it made you funny. Losing didn't make you the center of the joke, it made you part of it. Losing was essential, because if you can't lose, then what's this whole thing been about? What are you working towards? No one wanted long explanations. They wanted entertainment. They craved the lulz. By the end of 2016, the community had about 100,000 members, and crude oil prices stabilized around $55 per barrel after OPEC's decision to cut oil production for the first time in 8 years and limit total output to 33 million barrels per day. That's not really relevant to WallStreetBets, but it still happened, all right? I don't make the rules here. Keep in mind that trading back then was not that easy. You had to use a middleman, you had to tip them on every trade, you had to get approvals. It was almost like dealing with your health insurance. Oh, and if you don't tip your local health insurance provider, then I'm sorry, but you are the problem. But in 2017, the game changed forever. Well, it actually became more of a game, and Robinhood gamified trading. Now all you needed was a heartbeat and your mom's social security number. Bets that took weeks could now be settled in hours. Over the next 2 years, the forum became a starting point for a lot of new traders. Instead of learning about investing fundamentals from this guy, buy and hold? Dork alert! People learn through meme stocks and slang that I can't say just in case this channel one day makes it on Nickelodeon. Trending posts not only made it to Reddit's homepage, but also Twitter, news outlets, and of course our favorite financial influencers that are now Fox News representatives. I don't know what all of this is. This guy used to make magic videos. As the community grew, people no longer made bets by themselves. They made it as a team, waiting there patiently for their next victim to raise its stock to all-time highs and then squeeze every single little penny out of it, annihilating the company and sending fears down the throats of every single tech giant in Silicon Valley. But not really, though. People were just trying to make a few extra bucks. They weren't like moving markets or anything like that. What's a company that 10 years ago was on the cutting edge of technology, completely innovating the auto industry, and now comes standard with less tech than a Kia Soul? It's Tesla. In case you didn't get it, that joke was about how Tesla removed lane centering from its $57,000 car, and you now have to pay a $100 a month subscription. Anyway, Tesla was one of the first stocks that brought a large portion of the community together. Back then, Tesla was a volatile company with crazy price swings, so it was a perfect company for people to obsess about. People learned what fast attention and momentum can do. September 2019, one Keith, one screenshot, and one company that you walk in as a man and leave as a boy. GameStop. Keith Gill started making posts about how GameStop was extremely undervalued. You see, the market was overestimating its decline, meaning like every whale out there was shorting the company. And the market was underestimating its potential and customer loyalty, even though it feels like they're punching you in the neck when they try to sell a pre-owned game for $54.99 when they bought it from you for 3 nickels. Oh, and during this time, Jamie, the founder of WallStreetBets, is trying to like make money off of the subreddit. He starts selling merch, he pushes his paid trading community, and then he even changes the logo to this monstrosity and tries to patent the name WallStreetBets, but the courts are like, yeah, that's not really how it works around here. Reddit owns it by default. And then Reddit's like, yeah, boy, what's up? Also, we're taking away all your privileges. Jamie was no longer a Jeep Wrangler. He was more like a Dodge Caravan or a PT Cruiser. 2020 brought a lot of changes. Huge market swings, everyone's sitting at home watching shows about chess, and the government's somehow figuring out how to deposit stimulus checks into people's personal checking accounts. A lot of noobs started trading for the first time by copying what others did. Much like the Fast and Furious franchise, WallStreetBets posts got bigger, faster, and repetitive. Culture shift from lol, look how much I lost, to listen to me if you want to make money, you stupid pig. Winning wasn't just about making money, it was about being right publicly, getting that juicy karma. By the end of 2020, the community was set up to literally move markets, and OPEC implemented historic production cuts of about 9.7 million crude oil barrels per day to offset pandemic-driven demand losses. Once again, not really relevant. GameStop started to appear in more and more posts, and then it started to appear in more and more news, and then even your grandma's like, hey bozo, did you max out GME yet? And you're like, grandma, how did you get out here? Why don't you come back inside? I'll make you a nice warm bowl of pills, okay? January 2021. At this point, everyone is buying GameStop. They don't even know what's going on anymore, but they're still buying GameStop. WallStreetBets is trying to get that dopamine hit, so they're buying. The whales are trying to hedge, so they're buying. At this point, Gill is worth like $48 million, so he's probably buying or selling. I don't know. This guy at one point makes $79 million in one day, while the highlight of that day for me was probably that I had a cookie for lunch. Anyway, January 2021, everyone's buying GameStop. The subreddit goes from 2 million to 10 million members within days. And then the brokerages were like, all right, that's enough, let's wrap it up here. So they freeze buying because they didn't have enough collateral for the trades being made. But they still allow selling, so naturally, hello, stock crash. So a lot of latecomers are left holding the big old bag of Everyone is angry. Huge divide in the forum. The old users culturally expected losses, so this was not a surprise. But there was a huge number of new users who did not know or understand the forum's original risk-taking culture, and they just expected easy, quick returns, so they get mad and throw a fit. Some people blame the brokerages and regulators, while others blame people for being reckless. This split the subreddit into two groups. The system is rigged, and you lost because you're an idiot. Multiple GameStop copycats come and go, but none come close to the gains and momentum of GameStop. Long research threads become a new thing, because everyone's gonna start taking this whole thing seriously. Throughout 2022 and 2023, bear markets and rising interest rates made speculation expensive. Risky bets stopped working, losses stopped being funny. They were just like sad and cold, and oh my gosh, look at that, it's a picture of a monkey that cost $300,000. The subreddit becomes nostalgic with repeated memes about the good old days. You know, when losing money made you part of the gang. But at this point, if you come to the subreddit to have a good laugh, you're gonna be scrolling for a few days. It's kind of like the show Cat Scratch. It's really hard to find, and it won't be nearly as funny as it once was. Okay, it's still pretty good. Today, WallStreetBets only has a fraction of the trading energy it once had. What was once a small anti-authority group of dudes that wanted nothing more than to be ironic and transparent turned into a forum filled with recycled memes, unoriginal strategies, and nostalgia. And OPEC is maintaining crude oil production steady to stabilize the market amid fluctuating global demand. At this point, I'm just trying to keep you updated. All right, bye.
The rat goes like this, like this, like this. You are now a normal rat.